whilst they are rewriting the Queen's formal duties, Her Majesty isn't really retreating that much from public life. Last year, Her Majesty, despite all of her health issues, has actually performed 201 engagements, which is 1/10 of the 2,500 engagements that the royal family has undertaken. So Her Majesty is still performing many of the necessary functions of receiving ambassadors and, signing, giving royal assent and signing documents and so forth like that. But understandably, this is a matter of common sense. We have the world's first 96-year-old monarch, and with that there comes complications. And so what's happened is not a constitutional change. This is an official rewriting of the Queen's roles in the Sovereign Grant Report, which is an annual financial document released by the royal household detailing the financial affairs of the monarchy and related subjects. And in that document, they've revised the official roles that the Queen will play, becoming a bit more opaque about what those roles are. So the state opening of Parliament, the Queen no longer needs to do that. There never really was a constitutional requirement. Queen Victoria, after the death of Prince Albert, stopped opening Parliament. Royal Ascot, obviously not a constitutional event, but some of these roles now will be delegated to the Prince of Wales, who, of course, is already, in fact, as we've seen in the last few months, taking up much of that burden.
So seen, certainly in the last fortnight, is the newspapers turning a little bit, is it fair to say, on Prince Charles? The timing really unfortunate as we see this handing over of power to the next future monarch. We're also seeing these exposés. I mean, I'm talking about the Sunday Times yesterday with the latest about this eco-village in Scotland, large sums of money changing hands. The previous weekend talking about suitcases full of cash. It's unfortunate timing.
It's unfortunate timing. One of my colleagues says it's very curious timing. So soon after the Platinum Jubilee success, someone has said that most of these stories are coming out of the Murdoch papers, and Rupert Murdoch is no great fan of monarchy. We know that for a fact. Whether that's a conspiracy or not, it's beyond my pay grade to know that. But a number of these stories aren't new stories, so someone has been sitting on some of these stories at least for a while. So why they've chosen to release them now is something to speculate on. But yes, of course, now we have the office of the Scottish Charity Regulator looking into the purchase of a number of properties which Prince Charles had built in a very noble ambition and effort to encourage people to move into parts of Scotland that needed development and do it in an eco-friendly way. And these were purchased by Lord Brownlow, the major Tory donor who other people may know well from his involvement in refurbishing the number 10 Downing Street flat, decorated by Carrie Johnson in that maximalist style. But why this is happening now, we can only speculate. But it is a shame. But Prince Charles, of course, isn't innocent in this either, because there have been serious lapses of judgment, certainly in terms of accepting cash from the Qataris. And I think it's imperative now that the prince learns from this, that as he gets closer to exceeding the throne, he really needs to take a step back from making political statements, even in private, such as we saw with Rwanda, and ensuring that the transition to his succession is as smooth as possible.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows, and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.